I don't feel like killing anything inside of me that got me here, where I'm at in this gigantic body that's in pain a lot. I know I've got, well, I actually fired a coach today because they were talking about killing it and stomping it out and just tell that voice to shut up. And I feel like that's not gonna work for me. I've already said many cruel, crappy things to myself. I don't need to threaten to kill. And you know, as someone who's struggled all my life, I'm aware that what works for me isn't necessarily what's going to work for everyone. There are plenty of people getting great success, and I hope they keep it off. I don't think I would have a chance if I don't address the emotional and the psychological. I see plenty of folks talking about the restrictive calories, restrictive times, restrictive nutrients, just different restrictions. And I'm not saying that that's not going to come up. I'm trying to expand time that I don't eat, and I'm expanding time that I am not sitting in front of a television or eating pizza or eating ice cream and chips or soda or all the things that I was eating plenty of. Doing drive-thrus every other day. My gosh. So I'm restricting, technically, I suppose, but every no is a yes to something else. Is kind of where I'm trying to go with it. I don't want to shout to myself, just screaming no until I'm cowed and have to do it. I would prefer to show where there's a yes in the choice, to not sit in front of the television and eat a meal. And the yes is awareness and freedom from shame and humiliation and the ability to be present in the moment instead of reacting from some trauma from my past. And I feel like speaking kindly to myself, giving myself a lot of self-empathy. The body, the part of me that got me here is kind of a badass and did the best she could. I mean, she's dragging around a lot and staying in the world and functioning. Sometimes barely, but that's huge. And the strength in that is to be lauded, and I would like to convert and evaluate differently and not just lop off parts of myself inside here who deserve respect. I don't see anybody else talking about this, so I thought I would mention it. I think it's the psychological and the emotional that needs to be evaluated. The journaling and the meditation and the breathing and the movement. All of this is bringing me closer to things that I got to get rid of and clear that are not helping. And that's going to probably help me last longer at a lighter weight than any restrictive diet. I get why restrictive diets look attractive. I'm tempted. Of course, I know it's not going to be a lifestyle, but it would sure be nice if I could trust myself to restrict calories and times windows of eating and drop 100 pounds in a couple months. That's very tempting, because then I'd probably be moving more, and then I could make an evaluation. But I can tell that won't work, and the rage inside me when I do that, since I'm not very experienced at it as a bulimic, there really wasn't a lot of that in my youth. Since 16, well into my 40s, binging and purging. I didn't worry about diets. But I get why they look attractive. It just is clearly not going to work for me. I thought I would mention it.